Hey y'all, we're back out in the garage. It's now the 16th of March. To you folks of the Jewish persuasion, it's Purim starts tonight, right? Ends tomorrow night. Tomorrow, the 17th, being St. Patrick's Day, so all you Irish folks or all you Americans who become Irish for 24 hours tomorrow, good luck. Went out to Alro Steel today and got us a remnant piece of leftover aluminum. Got us a good deal on some of that and some tubing that I'm going to use for the making the bushings, bushing up the 35 millimeter axle to 40 millimeter. It's just a hair too big outside. This is actually 1 5/8 outside, 1 3/8 inside. It's perfect. It's exactly 35 mil on the inside, but she's about 41.1, 41.2 on the outside. So gonna take a little work to get it to go, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut some pieces of this and bush up the 35 mil to 40 for a rotor hub for the rear, 40 mil, right? And then of course we're messing around with that's why we put the calipers on. We're messing around with what we've got going here on the front with our little stub axles and what's going on with centering up the front rotors. We're going to have, we got Paul Martin, Brad at Paul Martin is making us some, here's 6, just over, maybe a hair over 6 inches round, 3/8 thick steel that has the Paul Martin wire EDM little swipers cut out of them. Nobody, we'll be the only ones that have those. Nobody else has got 3/8 thick steel rotors. I'm sure they're going to work great with Pierre Huang's super aggressive red power pads. Remember we had those on the front of our F-125 and took them off and went back to the blues before we went down to Daytona. And we tried running those red pads. Are so aggressive, man. Ton of power in those pads, man. The power pads, right? But just too much. But she'd work great. She'd put this thing, man, right back to being even with the cast vented stuff. So what we're looking at, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get you a little straight edge or something here. Here's something here. Here, let's try this. Centering up, we got exactly 1 inch from the bearing to the end of this little stub axle. And if you go right up there in that little notch there where we try to get it lined up with the middle of the caliper, as you can see, we're off center on this stub axle here. We're just left to center there. You see that? So we're going to need a hub that is offset, right? Well, the hub we're going to use looks just like this. It's a Paul Martin hub, a 4-bolt hub, just like that one. It's offset. If I can get something in here to show you. From this edge here to out here, the surface of this rotor right here, that's 3/4 of an inch. And then it's got the little step on it for the thickness of the rotor, which I believe is another 1/4 inch. So it's actually 1 inch, right? Just like the width we've got here, 1 inch. With it being a little off center, hey, look, it's off center, right? So is it going to be enough, too much? It looks, I'm guessing, it looks like it's going to be too much. It's going to be off center too far. So there's a couple things we can do. You can see there's plenty of beef here from the side of that clamp bolt and the through hole with the threads in it to the south. So we could actually machine some of the width of this down if we need to move the rotor over, right? And we can also make a shim to go between the caliper and the bracket, the mount, and move it over a little. We can't go too far because we don't want it rubbing on this here, right? We don't want the rotors rubbing here. But again, until we get everything here, we don't know exactly how that's all going to work out. But I'm excited about this. So until we get our hubs and rotors and stuff here, front and rear, we're not going to tear all that off. But we will go ahead and start knocking off all this all these weldments they put on here that don't need to be on here. This stuff, right? I mean, the stuff that doesn't belong. That's not Anderson specific. And then we'll go ahead and knock that stuff down and metal finish it, ace. But smoothing it back, making sure the you can see this is some rough ground stuff here, and you can feel it. It's ripply, wavy. So you want to go across it on the longest axis you can and go around it at the same time to keep it flat. It's just like a long, what I call a boogie board, 15 or 16 inch long piece of sanding board for sanding Bondo. The longer it is, the better chance you're going to get onto something flat here and something flat here, and that's going to control the flattening of the surface in between. So that's metal finishing. We'll have a lot to do here, and then of course, until we get it done, we'll bolt new masters on. We'll probably have to cut these off and make new ones because we're using the Paul Martin master cylinders on this thing here. This pedal is going to be gone. We're going to throw that out. We'll take this off, throw it out. We like our pedals to come up from the middle to keep our feet close together. We're going to do some different things here too. So until all the welding's done, all the rebuilding and changing and fabricating and welding's done, then we'll tear it all down, and we'll make a decision of what we're going to do about paint, powder coat, or whatever. But super excited about how this is going. I've been working on this in my head for a while, and now being able to see how it's going to work out, it's pretty cool. Yamadog, we got the aluminum, so we're going to cut the aluminum, put the brake in it, make the subfloor pieces for to mount the tanks, and get our bolsters going. Really already kind of figured we're probably not going to get this car done for April. So this will be more long-term, shooting for done, totally done, new bodywork and everything for July. We'll keep moving on it, as much as we can. But I don't want to half-ass this thing just to get it to the track, because then you start making mistakes. You end up burning the motor down because you're not comfortable or in a hurry. You got a bunch of temporary stuff going on. We'll see how it goes. If it makes it, it makes it. But it doesn't look like it. I mean, in my mind, I don't want to rush this thing. So that's it for the 16th of March. We went out and bought some stuff, and we got stuff to cut and grind and work with. And sometime over the weekend, probably Sunday, I'll have Rich go with me, and we'll go pick up the 125 and bring it back. Seeing as it just needs a gear change and stuff, maybe we'll just back the trailer right up over at his house and put the cart in his garage, and just go over and change gear and all that kind of stuff over there, and launch it into the trailer from his place instead of having to take things from here over to there just to change gear and stuff here. We're going to be making a mess in this joint, and no sense in mixing clean, tidy stuff that we're going to play with cut, grind, and weld and stuff that's not going to see a racetrack for months and months yet. So that's it. Happy Purim. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all you green beer drinking folks out there. It'll get better. Hang in there, y'all. We're praying for you.